It's been 96 hours, 4 full days, 4 media windows, 4 chances for the most powerful woman in women's basketball to say a single sentence about a player engaging with a post that called for someone to hurt Caitlin Clark. And in those 96 hours, from Cathy Engelbert, nothing. Not a press release, not a statement, not a tweet. Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock Eastern, Caitlin Clark walks into Chase Center in San Francisco. The same arena, the same team, and one player on that team, Tiffany Hayes, is still on the active roster, still going to be on the floor, still going to be guarding 22. The commissioner of the WNBA had 4 days to say something. She said nothing. This is what abandonment looks like when it's institutional. Here's what's on the public record. Friday night, Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Caitlin Clark drops 22 points and 9 assists. Fever win 90-82. Hayes finishes with 19 off the bench. A hot mic catches Hayes before her post-game presser. They're never going to start calling the fouls on her. If they did, she would never get to play the game. That's a direct quote. Bleacher Report broadcast clip. 641,000 views and counting. Then the weekend. A fan account posts a message, and the language gets graphic. Talks about being ready to support if Hayes had a physical altercation with Clark on the floor. Outkick reports Hayes engaged with the post, did not delete it, did not distance from it. Outkick characterized her engagement as co-signing. Outkick also flagged this, and this matters, the fan did not explicitly name Caitlin Clark. So the framing of what Hayes did is interpretive, not direct. But what's not interpretive is what the league office did about it, which is nothing. Now flip the names. Imagine for 1 second this was Sophie Cunningham. Imagine the Fever's most active veteran posted something, anything, that could be read as endorsing physical harm to a player on another team. Imagine she didn't delete it. Imagine she engaged with the fan instead. How long do you think the league investigation takes to open? 24 hours? 12? Imagine if it were Aaliyah Boston. Imagine if it were Caitlin Clark herself who engaged with a post like that about Aja Wilson. The investigation is already open. The suspension is already served. The press release is already on the WNBA.com homepage. And not a single Caitlin Clark fan would have to ask where the commissioner is, because she'd be in front of a microphone, explaining the league's commitment to player safety, the league's zero tolerance for incitement, the league's no space for hate policy. Same league, same policy, same hate speech infrastructure that the commissioner spent the last 3 years building and promoting. Just a different player in the post. That's the receipt this week is forcing into the open. Not what Hayes did, what the league does and doesn't do, depending on which player is the target. Count the windows. Friday night, Hayes hot mic. The league had a post-game window. Saturday morning press availability across the WNBA's official channels. They posted highlights. No statement. Saturday, Outkick publishes its first report on the social media engagement. AOL syndicates it. WFMD picks it up. The league had Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. No statement. Monday, Memorial Day. League social channels active. Posts about Memorial Day. Posts about Sunday's slate of games. Posts about Caitlin Clark grand marshalling the Indy 500. No statement on Hayes. Tuesday, yesterday. Stephanie White did her game week media availability in Indianapolis. Reporters asked. White said nothing publicly. Kelly Krauskopf, Indiana's president of basketball operations, did not appear at a podium. No statement from the league. The WNBA Players Association, supposed to protect all players, not just some, also said nothing. That's the institutional pattern. 4 days, multiple windows, multiple opportunities. Everyone with the authority to act stayed quiet. The only group that didn't stay quiet? Caitlin Clark's audience. They've been carrying the conversation. They've been documenting the silence. They've been asking where the league office is. The league office is exactly where it always is when the player in danger is the one wearing 22. Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock Eastern, Chase Center, San Francisco. Tiffany Hayes will be in uniform. Number 15, violet and purple. She'll be on the bench when Indiana takes the floor. She'll come in off the bench in the first half. Coach Natalie Nakase rotates her early. And the second Hayes checks in, she'll be guarding Caitlin Clark, a player who said on a hot mic last week that the officials should never call a foul on Clark. A player whose social media engagement Outkick characterized as co-signing a post that suggested physical contact with Clark. A player the league office has not, to this hour, said one public word about. 22,000 fans inside Chase Center. millions more watching at home, and every single one of them knows what the league chose not to do. If Hayes makes contact and Clark goes down, what happens then? The lawsuit's already being written in lawyers' heads. The civil rights complaints are already drafted about a league office that applies its hate policy when one player is named but not when another one is. But that's tomorrow night's problem. Tonight's problem is the silence, and how many more hours the commissioner thinks she can sit in it. There's a receipt for this. The audience already knows it, and it's the one the league office is hoping nobody connects to the Hayes story. Last year, May 2024, Angel Reese of the Chicago Sky claims Indiana Fever fans hurled racial slurs at her after a game in Indianapolis. No video evidence, no audio evidence, no witness corroboration outside Reese's own statement. The league opens an investigation, 10 days, a formal review of Indiana fans, of Gainbridge Fieldhouse's conduct, of the Fever's own role in policing its arena. At the end of 10 days, the league announces it could not substantiate the claim. No evidence, no discipline, no follow-up. But for 10 days, the framing in every WNBA press release was, "We take player safety seriously. We have no space for hate. We will not tolerate incitement against any of our players." 10 days for a claim with zero verified evidence. Now look at this week. Multi-outlet reporting on a hot mic accusation by a player. Multi-outlet reporting on social media engagement that another outlet, Outkick, Fox News owned, characterized as co-signing a post suggesting physical contact with a player. The day count? 4. The investigation? None. The press release? None. The hate policy invocation? None. Same league, same commissioner, same hate policy infrastructure, same supposed zero tolerance for incitement. Different player. The audience knows what changed between May 2024 and May 2026. The commissioner is the only person at the league office still pretending she doesn't. This is not the first time. That's the part nobody wants to say out loud. September 2025, Napheesa Collier, Minnesota Lynx, before a playoff game. She drops a bombshell in a press conference about a conversation she had with the commissioner. The verbatim, sourced via the Philadelphia Inquirer and Sportskeeda, that Caitlin Clark, in Engelbert's words, quote, should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court because without the platform the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. End quote. And that quote, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal, I got them. End quote. Engelbert denied saying it, said she was disheartened that Collier shared the conversation. The league's biggest revenue driver, $16 million in off-court earnings, the figure that fuels every WNBA media rights pitch, and the commissioner's reported framing was, be grateful. What happened next? Stephen A. Smith, first-name brand in sports media, reportedly called for Engelbert's resignation on national television. Cheryl Swoops, three-time WNBA champion, MVP, Hall of Famer, publicly criticized her. Caitlin Clark herself responded. On the record, quote, Fee said it all, end quote. That was September, 8 months ago. At 8 months, and the same commissioner is in the same chair. Different week, different incident, same player at the center, same institutional silence when the question is whether the league will protect her. Fee said it all. 8 months later, Engelbert still hasn't. 24 hours from now, Caitlin Clark will be walking out of the visitors' tunnel at Chase Center. She'll be wearing Fever Navy, number 22. The same number every WNBA broadcast leads with. The same number on every WNBA press release. The same number paying for the new media rights deal Engelbert took credit for. The moneymaker, as one fan put it this week. The player who pulled this league out of irrelevance and made the commissioner's job possible. And in 24 hours, that player walks into an arena where the player she's about to face has, in the league's own silence, been told this is open season. That's not interpretation. That's the receipt. When the league office says nothing for 4 days after a player engages with a post calling for physical harm to another player, the league office is saying something. It's saying, it doesn't apply to this player. Tomorrow night at 10, we find out what that costs. Whether the officials adjust on their own without a memo. Whether Hayes adjusts on her own without a fine. Whether Krauskopf shows up at courtside or stays in the office in Indianapolis. Whether Cathy Engelbert puts out a statement before tip or waits to see if her commissioner job needs one after. 24 hours. Tamika Catchings used to say the hardest part of being the franchise was not the game. It was the silence between the games. This week, Caitlin Clark has lived in that silence for 96 hours. Tomorrow night, the silence ends. one way or the other.